Dustin Kroeker. Dustin Kroeker.
You know those padded sleeves that police officers wear when they're training their German Shepherds, that padded red sleeve? Well, sometime in the last 3 or 4 months, my 3-year-old son, Liam, has determined that I am one of those padded sleeves, and he is a German Shepherd. Never has there been a more appropriate time, Sylvia, for me to hear a lesson like this, to take a deep breath when kids are acting wild. Fellow Toastmasters, Sylvia, this was an outstanding speech. There's so much to love about it. Let me tell you a couple things in particular that I really enjoyed. First, your presence. I would sum it up with presence. You could also call it charisma, power, strength. When you were up here, your chest was high, you were confident, you worked the stage, it wasn't distracting in any way, you moved back and forth, there was a perfect amount of eye contact with the group. It really allowed us to settle in and hear what you were actually saying. It was fantastic. The second thing, your ability to tell a story. There was so much graphic language throughout the story. One in particular that really caught my attention was the demonic eyes. I kept going back, those little demonic eyes in that rearview mirror. I've seen it 1,000 times, burning a hole right through you. Those are two really outstanding things. Let me give you a couple things that I thought could make the speech even better. And they both have to do with this. Silence is power. We're taught to speak in Toastmasters, but silence sometimes can be the most important thing you do when you speak. I'm going to give you 2 examples in your speech that I think, again, could make it even better. The first is the use of the pause. Your pace is pretty fast when you speak. It's probably up above 120 words a minute, but to me it wasn't distracting. Where I think you could inject the pause specifically is around humor. You had so many funny moments, such a funny speech. It's tempting to roll right through that, but if you can just take a brief pause, let the audience laugh, stand up here with that broad, powerful stance, and just smile and let us all soak it in. It really allows us to enjoy those moments even more. The second thing is a little more subtle, and you might call this even a staccato pause, a small pause, space between your words. I think back to the demonic eyes. Instead of ripping through that, maybe you could stop and say, I looked in that rearview mirror and I saw demonic eyes burning a hole right through mine. Something like that could draw us even more to that graphic description that you do so well with and allow us to really absorb it and pull us in. So to summarize, think about these couple things. Continue that powerful, charismatic stance that you have, your presence. Continue with the storytelling, and think about how you could possibly inject some pauses after the humor and then brief pauses between those words to make the speech even more powerful. You do those things, you take those deep breaths, you'll continue to show up for your niece, and you'll continue to knock it out of the park with that speech. Fantastic job. Back to you.